Modern relationships create a strange kind of anxiety. It's a paradox, isn't it? We're more connected than ever through technology, yet we often feel a deeper sense of emotional uncertainty. You can talk to someone all day, share memes, send voice notes, even video call, and still a lingering doubt can creep in. The constant stream of digital communication, while seemingly bringing us closer, can also create a fertile ground for overthinking and misinterpretation. Every read receipt, every ellipsis, every emoji choice can become a potential source of distress. So, reassurance becomes a form of emotional survival. It's not just about knowing someone cares, it's about constantly needing proof, a tangible sign that everything is still okay. A simple reply to a text feels like a wave of relief washing over you, a momentary reprieve from the gnawing worry. A good morning message isn't just a greeting. It's a confirmation of safety, a sign that things are still stable. Even a small, subtle change in tone during a conversation or a slightly delayed response can instantly shift your entire mood, sending you spiraling into worry. You might find yourself rereading old messages, analyzing past interactions, desperately searching for clues that confirm your fears or alleviate them. And slowly, almost imperceptibly, you stop looking for genuine connection. You stop seeking shared experiences, deep conversations, or mutual understanding. Instead, you start looking for confirmation. Confirmation that you're still liked, still loved, still valued. Confirmation that nothing has changed, even when your gut tells you something might have. This shift is subtle but profound. You might prioritize getting a quick text back over having a meaningful conversation, or interpret a lack of immediate response as a personal slight rather than a simple busy moment. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this constant need for reassurance never truly feels like enough, and why needing it too much creates a dangerous cycle of emotional instability. We'll explore the roots of this behavior and how to break free from its grip, because this usually starts with uncertainty. Think about it. They reply later than usual to a text, perhaps an hour instead of their usual 5 minutes. Their energy feels a little different on a call. They sound tired or less enthusiastic than you expect. They seem distracted or less engaged than before during a shared activity, their eyes drifting to their phone or elsewhere. Maybe they don't use their usual emoji, or their tone in a message feels a bit flat, lacking the usual warmth. Perhaps they're busy with work or just having an off day, but to you, something feels off, a tiny crack in the foundation of your perceived security. You might even notice them being more quiet than usual in a group setting and immediately assume it's directed at you. And your mind immediately tries to remove that uncomfortable feeling. It races through a series of anxious questions, each one amplifying the doubt. Are they upset with me? Did I say something wrong? Did I do something wrong yesterday? Was that joke inappropriate? Do they still care about me as much as they used to? Is their affection waning? Is this the beginning of the end? Are they pulling away? Am I being too much, too needy? Am I pushing them away by even thinking this? So, you look for reassurance. You might send another text asking, "Are you okay?" or "Everything all right?" You might ask directly if everything's okay, or even subtly test their affection by withdrawing slightly to see if they pursue you. You do this not because you're inherently weak or overly dramatic. You do it because uncertainty feels profoundly emotionally unsafe. It's a primal response to a perceived threat to your emotional well-being, a desperate attempt to regain control in a situation that feels out of your hands. You're not trying to manipulate. You're trying to survive emotionally. That's the pattern. The reassurance works, but only temporarily. They reply, they tell you everything's fine, or they send a loving message. You feel calm again. A sense of peace washes over you. The knot in your stomach loosens. Your breathing normalizes. But that calm never lasts. It's a fleeting moment of relief, a temporary fix, like putting a Band-Aid on a deep wound. The underlying issue remains, ready to resurface with the next perceived threat. Because the problem was never just the silence, or the delayed text, or the subtle shift in tone. The real problem was what that silence, that delay, that shift meant to you. It triggered an underlying insecurity, a fear of abandonment, or a doubt about your own worth. For someone with a deep-seated fear of rejection, a delayed text isn't just a delayed text. It's proof that they're not important, that they're being forgotten, or that the other person is losing interest. It confirms their deepest fears about themselves and their place in the relationship. As researcher Brené Brown, known for her groundbreaking work on vulnerability and emotional connection, wisely said, "We can only love others as much as we love ourselves." This profound truth is at the heart of why reassurance becomes so dangerous. If your self-worth is shaky, you'll constantly seek external validation to prop it up. Because slowly, insidiously, your emotional stability starts depending entirely on another person's responses. Their attention regulates your mood. Their reassurance becomes your emotional reset button. When they're engaged, you're up, feeling secure and happy. When they're distant, you're down, plunged into anxiety and self-doubt. You become a puppet, with your emotional strings pulled by someone else's actions or lack thereof. You might find yourself checking your phone compulsively, waiting for that notification, or planning your day around their availability. So when that reassurance disappears, even briefly, even for perfectly valid reasons like them being in a meeting or asleep, you panic. It feels like your emotional lifeline has been cut. Your heart races, your thoughts spiral, and you might even experience physical symptoms of anxiety. You might become clingy, sending multiple messages, demanding an explanation, or even accusatory, projecting your fears onto them. This isn't a healthy foundation for any relationship, and it's certainly not sustainable for your own mental health. It creates a dynamic where the other person feels pressured, and you feel perpetually insecure. If this feels familiar, if you found yourself caught in this cycle, know that you're not alone. Many people experience this in the complexities of modern relationships. There are more videos like this in the Relationships and Identity playlist that delve deeper into these dynamics. And if you want more perspective like this, subscribe to Daily Reset Lab for regular insights into emotional well-being. The more reassurance you need, the less effective it becomes. It's like a drug. You need higher and higher doses to get the same temporary relief. What once calmed you for hours now only lasts minutes, because reassurance does not fundamentally remove insecurity. It only quiets it temporarily, pushing it back into the shadows, waiting for the next moment of uncertainty to resurface with even greater intensity. It's a temporary patch, not a cure. So eventually, even the smallest silence starts feeling emotionally loud. A few minutes without a reply can feel like hours of agonizing doubt. A simple "okay" can be interpreted as a sign of disinterest, a lack of enthusiasm, or even a passive-aggressive dismissal. You start to anticipate the silence, dreading it, and it colors every interaction. The problem isn't reassurance itself. In healthy relationships, reassurance is a natural and beautiful part of connection, offered freely and received gratefully. The consequence of excessive reassurance seeking is this: you stop learning how to emotionally stabilize yourself. You outsource your emotional regulation to another person, making yourself vulnerable and dependent. You lose the ability to self-soothe, to trust your own judgment, and to find peace within yourself. The pain isn't always losing them. Sometimes the deeper, more insidious pain is losing yourself trying to feel emotionally safe through someone else. You lose touch with your own inner strength, your own capacity for self-soothing, and your own sense of worth independent of external validation. You become a shadow of your former self, constantly seeking external validation to define your existence. A small but powerful shift you can try is this: The next time you feel that familiar urge to ask for reassurance, to send that double text, or to probe for confirmation, pause. Take a deep breath, and instead ask yourself, what feeling am I trying to remove right now? Is it fear of abandonment? Is it loneliness? Is it a feeling of not being good enough? Is it a past trauma resurfacing? By identifying the underlying emotion, you can begin to address it directly, perhaps through self-compassion, journaling, talking to a trusted friend, or even seeking professional help, rather than seeking an external temporary fix. Because sometimes the real issue is not the relationship or the other person's actions. It's the fear underneath the silence, the insecurity within yourself that the silence merely amplifies. It's about turning inward, rather than constantly looking outward for validation. If this made you reflect, if it resonated with your own experiences, I encourage you to watch Why You Can't Let Go After a Breakup. It explores similar themes of emotional dependency and self-worth in the context of moving on and how to reclaim your emotional autonomy.